Hi, this is Sean Martu. Today I'm going to make my third installment of taking or ingesting diatomaceous earth. The first video that I made on my channel was after 2 weeks of taking diatomaceous earth. The second video I made was after 6 weeks of taking diatomaceous earth. This video is after about almost 4 months of taking diatomaceous earth. Now, for those who don't know, diatomaceous earth is a single-cell organism. It's a fossilized remains of diatoms. These are the creatures that basically lived in the ocean and put all the oxygen in the air and in the ocean so the rest of us could colonize the earth, per se. So, in my first video, I went through the detox symptoms. I had some really incredible experiences. As it went on to the 6 weeks, it wasn't as pronounced in terms of what I was experiencing, but it was still incredible. And now, what I'm going to report now is that I still feel the same as if when I took the first 6 weeks. I reported that I had lost some gray hair along my sides. I haven't really noticed more gray hair disappearing yet. In terms of weight, I'm still seeing a drop in weight, but not as pronounced as the first few weeks in terms of weight loss. In terms of skin, it's basically staying consistent from when I reported when I did it the first 6 weeks. Eyesight is still improving. Like when I read now, I have to take off my glasses because my prescription has changed. If I read something like this, it's not clear like before. I have to take off my glasses without squinting, and I see it clearly. Really, what I have to report on is more so the people around me who are taking it. Now, I have this Brazilian friend who, when I first told her about diatomaceous earth, she was resisting me, and I don't blame her. I'm telling you to eat earth, and it's going to change your life. And I knew she had to take this stuff because she had serious issues. She had problems with constipation. She had migraines that could put her in the hospital. I mean, just these horrible migraines. She was also on drugs for panic attacks. Her skin looked more aged than it should. And she had some other issues that she told me, but I only know what she tells me. So I got her on this stuff. I said in my head I was going to literally threaten her to take it, seriously, because she was resisting, but I knew she needed this stuff. But she eventually took it. Now, the first thing she told me was when she'd wake up in the morning, she'd have these pains in her fingers, kind of like arthritis. But she went to the doctors and nobody could really figure out what it was, and I didn't say it was arthritis. And she told me that after the first night she took diatomaceous earth, she only took a half teaspoon or a teaspoon. After the first night, she said the pain went away and never came back, believe it or not. After the first few weeks of her taking it, I noticed her personality change. She wasn't as fragile because she's on the panic prescription drug. She's really fragile, and even when she talks, it's almost like she's nervous. She just became calm and different. So the other thing she reported to me is that all of her migraines disappeared. Now, if you have a migraine problem, the first thing you should check is magnesium. And then the second thing you should check is if your liver's toxic. But parasites in your intestines can cause migraines and things of that effect. Now, her migraines stop. She doesn't get any migraines. She gets maybe a slight during her menstrual cycle, but nothing to, get alarmed about. Now, just last week, she told me something that I'm still in shock. And she told me that she is no longer taking the drugs for her panic attacks. Now, When I had talked to her like about 3 years ago, I told her, listen, you have to get off pharmaceuticals. I don't care what you're feeling. This stuff is just going to make it worse. And we actually got into a heated exchange, which we never do. She was really attached to these drugs. But now she's off the panic drugs. Her skin is shining. She has no constipation issues. Her hair is growing. Like she was having thinning hair on the, the front and the sides, and her hair is growing back out. It's thicker. It's more bodacious. So that's a report with her. She's the most incredible report I have. That everything just changed like that, just taking Diatomaceous Earth. Now my friend who had the hypothyroid, she still has not got back to Synthroid. Her thyroid is not in perfect working order yet, but you have to take in consideration that she doesn't have thinning hair. Her hair looks like a wolf. I mean, it's incredible. It's long. She eats whatever she wants. She's not on a gluten-free diet. She's from Trinidad. So, I mean, there's no way in hell you're going to get anybody from Trinidad not to eat roti. It's just not going to happen. She ate it throughout. She didn't care. But she's not on any special diet. The only thing she has still is she still has the weight that she gained from when she started taking the Synthroid and her thyroid started to become dysfunctional. But she is losing weight, but gradually. But she literally has no symptoms of Hashimoto's hypothyroid. So basically, that's really all I have to report. And with myself, I don't really have anything earth-shaking to report other than I'm still progressing. What I'm really interested in is seeing the gray hair disappear, period, because I have read reports where people say their gray hair just disappears. I'm still studying my eyesight. I want to not be able to have to, well, I don't have to wear glasses, but I am farsighted. So I'm actually resisting taking certain type of specific nutrition, but I think I'm going to start taking it for the eyesight, like lutein and Zaraxanol. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but those things can put your eyesight in 20/20 like this. But the problem is that if you have parasites and candida overgrowth, if you take nutrition, you're not really going to get it. So after you do the Diatomaceous Earth, when you take nutrition, now you're really going to feel the effects of it. Now your body's really going to change. Now your health is really just going to go through the roof, because now your intestines can absorb all this nutrition. Now, a word of warning: if you're taking Diatomaceous Earth because you have candida overgrowth, taking Diatomaceous Earth is not enough. The Diatomaceous Earth will get rid of your candida. It will get rid of your candida overgrowth, but you have to replenish the probiotics back into your stomach, the good bacteria. So after you clean out your intestines, after like a few weeks or a month, start taking probiotics. You have to get the one, well, you don't have to, but get something comparable to Jarrow's acidophilus that comes in EnteroGuard. I'm going to put a link under the video where I wrote an article on which probiotic you should get. And you need to get a probiotic that can take the probiotics, a probiotic that's encased in a pill that will transport the probiotics beyond your stomach acid, so then it can colonize your intestines. So basically, that's it. Because if the Diatomaceous Earth is not going to make your good bacteria proliferate. Once you get rid of the bad, then you got to reinforce the good with the probiotics. You can get kimchi too, but I would get the probiotics from Jarrow or something comparable. So basically, that's really all I have to report this time. Everything is still going positive. I don't have any personal earth-shaking testimonies, but that one Brazilian friend, she's just shocking me by what's happening to her body and her life taking Diatomaceous Earth. To Sean Martu, if you like what I'm talking about, like my channel.